Okay, this is a quick review of my SIDI Adventure Gore-Tex boots. I've had these around 3 years and I've done around 12,000 miles, mostly commuting, some long distance kind of rides, a little bit of touring, and I've used them off-road, just kind of trail riding, nothing too severe, although I did do some enduro on them once. Overall, I really like them. They've been great. I've not, as you can see, had to mess with them or look after them very much. I think I've waxed them once and the leather has held up really well. There's some things I really like about them and some things that I think could be improved, because it's probably going to cause them to prematurely wear out. This is the first generation. I know there's a second generation. I've kind of looked at a review on them, so I know maybe what they've improved, so I'll try and comment on that. So, as you can see, this is the left boot. The shift pad has worn nicely, but not worn through. It's got lots of life left in it. The toe has had a bit of a battering from me bringing my foot up and down so many times, stopping in traffic. But it's still, the leather's still good. I think it's just superficial. The leather on these is quite thick and durable. The sole is what's taken the brunt. This is my left foot, so I put my foot down. I usually always drop my left foot. I use my right foot on the brake, and you can see I'm scuffing. I can flat foot my bike, so if you were slightly shorter, I'd imagine you would probably do a lot more damage in this area if you were tiptoeing a lot. But I'm bringing this part of my sole down and up and down, up and down, and it's just scuffing on the tarmac. But other than that, I've still got quite a lot of tread left. They don't come with a massive amount of tread on them, this version. I don't know what the new ones are like. I think it's the same sole. However, you can resole these quite easily, and there are companies in the UK and the US, and you can buy genuine SIDI soles. I've seen some people actually fit enduro soles to these, which is quite an interesting thing. I'm assuming the Gore-Tex liner runs kind of underneath, and you can just literally cut this off and stick on a different sole. I've come off my bike twice. One was on a lane. I kind of tried to hop over an obstacle and kind of it flipped my back wheel up, and I landed on my side with the bike on my leg, and it was on the opposite side, but this hard reinforced area saved my leg, and the fact that the ankle is so well built, that saved my ankles. It's a really well reinforced ankle protector. Again, I didn't really realise the bike landed on my leg until I watched the footage afterwards, which is on my channel if you want to look at it. So it's me flopping on the floor at kind of 20 mile an hour. These didn't break, even though they got proper clobbered. They never come off. They're quite good. The Velcro is still very sticky. It takes a lot of effort to get it off. The main gripe I have at the moment is the fact that this plastic here was very sharp, not almost razor sharp. It was cutting, because this is my left foot and I'm shifting. I'll try and see if I can show you this. You can see it was cutting into the leather, and I can actually stick my finger under the leather. It's not gone through, but it was getting close. And this isn't on the other boot, this is only on my right foot, so where I'm shifting up and down. I had to kind of get a razor blade and just trim off the edges and heat it with a kind of light to just kind of turn the edges on there. I know that the new ones are Cordura in this area, but probably to make the bedding period a lot shorter, so they may be better, or it may wear through the Cordura twice as fast, because leather is obviously tougher, you'd think anyway. So I've managed, that's not got any worse over the past kind of 5,000 miles, so I'm hoping it's not going to puncture through. As I said, this Velcro is very sticky. The liner has held up well, no holes, no kind of issues with it whatsoever. They've never leaked once. The only time I've got water in them, this is when a puddle has splashed over the top off-road, gone straight down there. I think the liner itself is perfect. These are a size 12. and I think they're a little tiny bit too big for me, but I can wear really thick socks in the winter if I need to. 20-minute ride at 0 degrees Celsius, I'm fine with thin kind of office socks. I'm on my lunch break at the moment in work, so I commute to work and I can do 20 minutes no problem. If I'm going long, say 3-hour ride in 4 degrees Celsius, I'll probably put thick kind of heat holder socks or whatever they're called on. And but I do find if you wear really thick socks, your feet get colder. If I leave a little bit of air in here by wearing just some sort of climbing socks, then they're a lot better. They've been chewed up quite a lot for me bringing my foot up and down. Scratched. All the little reflectors have gone off the back, so they've just come off when I'm hitting the back of my foot against probably the peg. You can see where I'm scuffing it on the bike. But and there's your Gore-Tex logo, so that's what they look like. Very similar to the new versions. The new versions is a little bit just more refined. I think if I looked after the leather more, they'd last longer, but I've not had any trouble. It's just getting nicked. So that's the left boot. Right boot's pretty much the same. I wear it's a lot of snow at the moment and kind of salt, so they do get hammered by salt. But you can see on this side, hardly anywhere at all in that area. So it is for me kind of flexing to change gear that is actually causing this to slice. And this, if I really rub my finger, it's sharp. It's very sharp. You can replace these, which I thought was great. So there's 2 screws there. Excellent. This side, these are intact still. I'm not sure how much they do, but the sole, you can see the sole is a lot less worn on this side because I don't bring my foot off the bike that often, and I walk very short distances off the bike to and from my office and home, maybe around kind of some towns if we're stopping. But again, you don't get that much tread on them, and there's quite a soft material for grip. And I've used them on a bit of enduro, they were fine. Maybe a bit clunky. I think I would get motocross or enduro boots if I was using them off-road, but for trail riding, all-round kind of adventure riding, they live up to the name adventure. They are good. I think the only other thing I was going to say was the fact that they're notorious for this very annoying squeak. I have put polish in there to try and stop it, but they still squeak. When you've got your helmet on, you'll see people looking at you, and it's not because you're cool, it's because your boots are squeaking and they're trying to figure out what the hell that noise is. It's literally as you're walking along. I don't really care anymore, but at first you feel quite self-conscious because they're just constantly squeaking and they're horrendously loud. So I did spray a lot of stuff up in there, but with them wearing them in the rain, it's just washing whatever's out in there out. But they squeaked from literally day one. The leather, you see, it's got very supple here. Obviously it's a reinforced plastic toe, but with a bit of care these will come back to life, I think. I came off on a low slide, a low slide crash, kind of maybe 10 mile an hour, and they protected my feet well. I think if I came off at high speed, I'd definitely want these on. They're very, very tough, and they've got kind of very good slide. There's lots of areas so it doesn't grip and pull your foot behind you and break your legs. So I'm confident if I did ever come off badly, I'd probably be protected sufficiently, depending on how fast I was going. They are quite a good looking boot, I think. But this is a long-term review, and I'm going to use these as long as they last, and I think I will actually invest the £80 to get genuine soles put back on. That's what I think I can find in the UK. I'll put a link in the description to the 2 places I've found that will do this in the US and the UK. But as you can see, that's both of them together. You can definitely see the wear there. But I think now they've worn in nicely over the past 2 years. They actually look better than when I first got them. When I first got them, they're just pristine leather, but they're quite good, I think. Okay, so that's my little review. Just thought I'd do this because when I was buying these I would have liked to see a review of someone who'd had them for a long period, and I think if you're going to use them daily, 3 years no problem, 5 years probably no problem, although you're going to want to get these soles sorted. I think I'm going to have to put some wax on them just to give them a chance, because I'm kind of eating away at the leather at the front, slicing them. So thanks for watching, and I hope that helps.